Welcome to Awesome Video Game Memories, where we talk about awesome memories about video games. I'm Ryan, and the game we're going to talk about today is Ninja Gaiden II! So how do you already make an already great game even better? Well, the previous game had a bit of flaws, but how do you make that formula better? Well, Tecmo just did it with Ninja Gaiden 2. So I gotta admit, I didn't actually beat Ninja Gaiden 1 first, I beat 2 first, so I was a little hesitant to play 2 at first, because I was like, well, maybe I should go back and probably beat the first one, but I remember how freaking hard it was, so you know what, I'm just gonna skip the 2, I'll probably understand. And the good news is, inside the manual you were able to get the whole story, so yeah, you weren't really lost on what you had to do. So first playing Ninja Gaiden 2, I immediately noticed the huge improvements over Ninja Gaiden 1. I mean, the graphics were better, the music was better, the gameplay was better, and a whole lot easier. Yeah, because in all honesty, I remember the only real difficulty I had was when I got to the boss of the second level, which was, the spider dude, and he gave me a little trouble, but rather than spending days trying to beat him, I was able to beat him in a couple of hours. Yeah, probably one of the most memorable things about this game were the 2 clones that you were able to use after you got the power-up. I mean, I used these things for everything, I would have like an enemy try to hit me from behind, but my clone would just kill it for me. I had clones fire weapons for me. I mean, the clones were probably the best thing about this game, which helped really make it a lot easier. Yeah, so I also remember the main villain of the game, Ashtar, well, kind of the main villain for the first part of the game. I remember, dude, that guy kind of looks like Shredder. So at times I was like, I'm kind of playing a Turtles game, and we had to fight Shredder at the end. Yeah, and if there's also another cool thing about this game, was that Nintendo Power did a Ninja Gaiden 2 strategy guide, and I must have read the crap out of that thing. So I remember the strategy guide had detailed maps of the game, biographies on all the characters, and the good news is it didn't really spoil anything at the end. And so probably the best thing about this game was that the challenge was toned way down from the first game. I mean, it's still a difficult game, but you were still able to beat it though. Yeah, I remember I was able to beat this game probably in a single weekend, where the first game kind of took me several weekends to beat. Alright, so we're probably going to spoiler territory here for probably a 20 to 30 year old game, but I remember being really surprised that Jakku was actually the final boss and the guy pulling the strings. I was like, yeah, we killed him at the end of the first game, but now he's back. And then after that you kill him, then he becomes this freaking demon. I'm like, holy crap, dude, that's kind of crazy. I was a kid, the whole thought of being possessed by a demon and turning into this really giant monster was kind of scary for me. Even though I already kind of desensitized a little bit to all the horror stuff, but yeah, it was pretty crazy. Yeah, and if I have to hands down say the most memorable thing about this game, and probably one of the most memorable things about any NES game, was the ending. This game really made you feel so happy that you finished it, because 1, it's a challenging game. 2, the story is really dramatic because, boom, Irene kind of dies before the final boss, and you're like, no, how are we going to bring her back to life? No, she's dead, but then they do, I know it's a bit cheesy, but they do bring her back to life, and you're so happy it happens, and then both of you are seeing the sunrise after killing all the demons, and especially the music in the ending credits was awesome. I still remember, the first game's ending music was great, but it was just a rehash of level 4 too, but the ending music of this game was awesomely memorable. I mean, it made you feel so happy that you finished this game. Yeah, so Ninja Gaiden 2 for the NES was truly a game that improved on everything on the original. Better graphics, better music, better cutscenes, better story, kind of a much bigger scale story, and at the end you get this really happy ending that makes you so proud to finish the game. Yeah, so you can find this game on the Wii U Virtual Console or the 3DS if you want to play it on the go, and you still have the save state, so it's a bit easier to play even though the game isn't really that difficult. Yeah, so that wraps up this episode of Awesome Video Game Memories, and if there's a game that you would like for me to talk about on Awesome Video Game Memories, make sure to leave it down in the comments below. Take care.